Member for West Vancouver Capilano.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for her enthusiastic response. The Minister can pretend otherwise. Misguided enthusiasm. The Minister can pretend otherwise, but the FOI documents are crystal clear that this NDP government doesn't support private childcare and are making them unviable. Tammy Rayburn of Wiggles and Giggles Group Daycare in Fort St. John read this decision note that the minister has the minister's signature on it. And this is what Tammy says. This is what Tammy says. This is not my words. This is Tammy. This is extremely disappointing. We, like many others, have invested our livelihood into supporting families with childcare, and it's clear the NDP don't care about that, end quote. So will the minister tell Tammy why she is threatening to shut down the 89 childcare spaces that families in Fort St. John rely on?
Minister of State for Childcare.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. And again, our government has been partnering with the very diverse sector. We have increased funding significantly and not cutting any funding. This is a historical time in our province that we are working with the federal government on a national child care plan. We're working with local government, school district, Indigenous communities to look at how can we utilize current public existing spaces to create good quality childcare that will become long-term community assets. And we are continuing to partner with family providers through our startup funding that will continue to create many, many spaces with small business people. We are continuing this work while the other side of the House continue to create confusion and fear that's unnecessary to this sector that has been struggling for years under their watch when they were in government for 16 years with a lack of support. And just to give the member an example, while they are criticizing and talking about childcare, which is a nice surprise after their years of neglect,
Thank you. Thank you, member.
Even in the opposition critics writing along, we've invested close to $20 million into
Thank you, Minister. Member for West. Member for West Vancouver Capilano.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The more accurate picture is that this NDP government promised to deliver 22,000 childcare spaces by year 3. But promised to, but according to their own briefing note, only 3,401 are operational after 3 years. 83.7% of those have been opened by private providers. So I have repeatedly, Mr. Speaker, I have repeatedly asked this minister about the NDP policies that make private spaces unviable. This spring, Surrey childcare provider said, quote, "As a result of this sudden change, we feel helpless and face economic ruin as we watch our life savings disappear because of our dream to develop a child care centre with over 100 new spaces has now turned into a nightmare." This was in response to the fee reduction initiatives that the minister said has been so successful. The FOI documents make it clear that this nightmare for this private childcare divider is a deliberate NDP policy. So will this minister sign a decision note to demolish, or why is this minister signing a decision note to demolish the 60,000 spaces that families in BC rely on?
Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It is just really interesting to hear the opposition throwing numbers that's untrue and creating unnecessary fear for the childcare sector. And let me correct the members'
Members will come to order now.
Let me correct the members' numbers. This is the fastest space creation BC has ever had since 2018. We have funded and supported the creation of over 26,000 spaces. And around those spaces, over 6,000 of them have been coming in operation, and most of them will be in operation in the coming year. And this is, again,
Members.
more than double of what they've created in 16 years. This is the fastest ever. And when the member opposite loves to talk about gender equity, let me tell the member opposite what is supporting childcare and gender equity. When we are funding spaces, when we're investing in childcare and investing in families, that's
Members, be
supporting
quiet,
gender
please.
equity.